everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be starting the no oils and butters trend. Well, trend, method, challenge, whatever you want to call it, but basically it's a 30-day challenge where you can't use any oils and butters, but there are a few other arbitrary rules as well which I'm not sure are actually rules or whether they're just what some people are doing. I'll get into that in a minute, but I just wanted to say that most of the videos that I've seen are of 4C ladies doing this challenge, which makes sense because it's obviously going to be more of a challenge if you have tighter coils and more difficult to manage hair. So I want to just preface this video by saying, obviously I realise that it's probably going to be a little bit less of a challenge for me because my hair is 3C and easier to manage in general. But just because I haven't seen many type 3 ladies doing this challenge, I just thought I wanted to try it, and I want to try it for my own benefit as well because I do see the positives in this challenge, and or not even as a challenge but just like the method in general. It just makes a lot of sense to me because the whole no silicones thing is kind of like the same thing, because the whole point of not using silicones is because they coat your hair and they stop moisture getting into your hair. So it does kind of make me think, why then are we using oils and butters which basically act like silicones? They coat the hair, they lock moisture in, and they create a shiny or moisturized looking layer on top of the hair. So like silicones, oils and butters can actually block moisture from getting into the hair. So obviously there's a lot of controversy around this challenge. A lot of people seem to be like really against it, which I don't really understand why. It's only a fun challenge. Try it if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. One thing I have noticed is that there are quite a few people trying this challenge for like a week, which is kind of frustrating because they'll try it for a week and then they'll say it doesn't work. And I think the point of it being a 30-day challenge is that it takes 30 days for your hair to adjust to this new way of treating it, I guess. And also you need to make sure that your hair is completely stripped of all the oils and butters that you were putting on your hair before you can even start to see any positive results. I just think if anyone's going to do this challenge, you should do it. You should commit to the whole 30 days, which is what I'm going to do. And then if it still doesn't work, then you can say it didn't work for me. It's obviously not going to work for everyone. Everyone's hair is different. So the rules of this challenge are quite confusing. I don't know if they're actually confusing, but the information that's out there is confusing because there's so many people doing this challenge, and there's a few different professionals who are promoting this challenge. There's obviously not the original creators, because I don't think anyone actually created the challenge because people have been doing this for years, but there are certain people who have made it become a big thing recently and promoted the science of it and everything like that. And then there's people who are doing the challenge and their YouTube videos, and everyone seems to be doing it differently. I would advise you to do your own research and find the videos that you're interested in. I will link a couple of videos below in my description box of the ones that I watched, and they go into their version of the rules a lot more in depth. The rules that I'm going to follow are kind of, I guess, the least strict version of the rules. I'm not going to do everything by the book and use all the recommended products. I'm just going to loosely kind of follow the guidelines of it. I think the whole point of this challenge as well is that you tailor the rules to work for you. So the main rule is obviously don't use any raw oils and butters in your hair. And as long as you're basically doing that, I think that's the main thing. And then there's other things you can do as well around that. So I've got some notes here. So let me just go into what I'm going to do. So for me personally, I'm going to not use any raw oils and butters in my hair. That includes castor oil, coconut oil, shea butter, mango butter, any kind of butters or oils basically. And also no products with oils or butters in the first 5 ingredients. So the products can have oils or butters after the first 5 ingredients. So you're supposed to shampoo regularly, so every 5 to 7 days. I shampoo my hair every 7 days anyway, so that's just going to be carrying on as normal. But my shampoo that I was most regularly using before this challenge was the Lotta Body one, and that does have an oil. I can't remember which oil, but it had an oil in the first 5 ingredients, so I'm gonna have to stop using that. So after shampooing, then you're supposed to condition your hair. Now this is where it got a little bit confusing, because I've seen a lot of people say you can't deep condition your hair, but on one of the official creators' websites, one of the recommended products was a deep conditioner, the Alakay Naturals one, I think it was. I think the main idea is not to use deep conditioners, but if you really feel like you need to, then you can, as long as it fits that rule of not having oils and butters in the first 5 ingredients. Personally, I'm going to stop the deep conditioning. I want to do the challenge as best I can. And that will be a big change for me, because I have deep conditioned every single week for as long as I've been natural basically. So I definitely want to do that part of the challenge. I just want to condition and not deep condition. Again, obviously your conditioner can't have oils and butters in the first 5 ingredients, but as far as I can tell, or silicones, but as far as I can tell, that's the only rule for the shampoos and conditioners. Now there are a few recommended really good shampoos and conditioners that you should use, but I'm not going to purchase any specific products for this challenge. Another bit where I was kind of a bit confused is whether or not you can use a leave-in conditioner. From some of the sites that I saw, you can use a leave-in conditioner. There's recommended leave-in conditioners. One of the recommended ones was, or seemed to be, because it is quite confusing, it seemed to be the Kinky Curly Not Today. I guess if you really feel like it's not working for you without using a leave-in conditioner, then you can use a leave-in conditioner. Otherwise, don't. So again, I'm not going to use a leave-in conditioner because I really want to do this challenge to the best of my ability, and I want to change up my routine the most I can to, really make this challenge worth it and not just, half-assed kind of thing. So that brings me to the styling step, and when it comes to styling, you obviously can't use any oils or butters, and they recommend, and I think this is the most important part of the challenge really, or not the most important part, but the clearest part, the part where, for me, the rules are clearest anyway. They give a list of botanical gels that are recommended to use to style your hair with. Now you can use one of these botanical gels if you are a wash and go kind of person, but if you prefer twist outs or braid outs, then you should use a mousse instead. And a lot of the botanical gels that are recommended are, easy to access gels. In fact, I had already a couple of them that were already in my collection, so I didn't even have to purchase one of them. So I'm sure most of you will have one of these gels in your collection because, they're not hard to come by. And then the mousses, I can't actually remember any of the recommended mousses, but again, I have a mousse in my collection that I'm probably going to use if I do a twist or a braid out, and it doesn't have oils or butters in the first 5 ingredients, so I assume that's okay. I think where you need to be careful is more on the gels, not the mousses. I think as long as your mousse doesn't have oils and butters in the first 5 ingredients, you're good to go. But if your gel needs to follow a few more rules than just not having the oils and butters, for example, you can't use Eco Style gel, you can't use Aunt Jackie's Don't Shrink gel, which is actually one of my favourite gels, so that's a bit annoying. But there are certain gels that are more plasticky than other gels, and not so good for your hair. I think that's because they leave more of a coating on your hair and they're harder to wash off. So you have to use botanical gels. Now, I don't know what botanical gel means, but I've just gone off the recommended product list and picked one of those. I actually have 2 of those in my collection, so I've got enough gels to do this for 30 days. And then obviously I'm going to use the mousse I have. I'll go into products later. So the next rule is that you should use a hooded dryer to dry your hair. I think the reason for that rule is that drying your hair over a long period of time can make your hair lose moisture. And by using a hooded dryer, it's speeding up the drying process while keeping moisture in your hair, but not using the direct heat of a blow dryer. So I think that's the kind of main reason behind the hooded dryer thing. Now, I'm not gonna bother going out and buying a hooded dryer. I just don't think it's necessary for my hair, but that's because my hair is high porosity. My hair just dries really quickly anyway. Like if I do a wash and go, my hair will be dry within the hour, probably 2 hours max. But especially if I'm not using heavy creams or butters or oils, that one I'm not gonna follow. So they're all the basic rules of the challenge. As I said, if you want more in-depth rules of this challenge, do your own research, and I'll link some videos below that helped me. But they're the rules I'm following, and I think kind of they're the most important rules to follow. Oh, there was one other rule actually, or one other tip for this challenge, is that you need to use as much water as possible when shampooing and conditioning. So that's it basically for the rules and how to do the challenge. And so now I'm just gonna let you know how I'm going so far. I have already started it yesterday. I don't really have much to report yet, but I wanted to let you know how my first wash day went doing this challenge. I used a shampoo and conditioner, which I'll go and get. Hold on, let me go and get that now. Now, I wouldn't take these products as the products that you should use at all. I wanted to start the challenge yesterday because it was my wash day yesterday and I just wanted to get the challenge started. So I just used what I had. So this is a really random shampoo. It doesn't have oils and butters in it, and it's clarifying, like it really gives you good suds and everything. Oh, that's another thing. Your first wash day that you do in this challenge should be clarifying. You need to obviously get rid of all the oils and the butters that you've been using. So I don't know if this is officially a clarifying shampoo, but it has sulfates in it and it properly cleans your hair. Penhaligon's London shampoo. It's just a small size. This is actually literally, I think, from a hotel, but it works really well to like properly clean my hair, and it fit the rules, so that's what I used. And then to condition, I used this, and this is the Garnier Fructis Hair Food. This is the conditioner that I used as a mask in one of my recent videos. I usually use this as a mask. It's a 3-in-1 conditioner, so you can use it as a mask, a washout conditioner, or a leave-in. And so obviously I just used it as a washout conditioner. It doesn't have any silicones and it doesn't have any oils or butters in the first 5 ingredients. And then, as I said, I skipped the leave-in conditioning step, which I usually do, which was really weird. And I went to this. So this is one of the recommended gels on the list, and I already had it in my collection. So this is the Camille Rose Curl Maker, and this was already one of my favorite gels. So I was really happy that this fit the rules and that I already had it, because it's just such a moisturizing gel to me. Like, my hair always feels moisturized after using this gel. So that's what I used for styling. And that's all I used. It was the quickest wash day ever. Oh, another thing, I keep remembering things. You're not allowed to pre-poo either, so I think that's a rule. Because I wasn't able to pre-poo and detangle my hair, I was worried that my hair would take ages to detangle in the shower. But actually, it was really quick. The whole wash day was done in like, I don't know, less than an hour. And then it dried really quickly as well because I didn't have any leave-ins or creams on, I just had the gel. So yeah, it was the quickest wash day ever. And this is the next day. So this is how my hair's looking on day 2 of this challenge. Obviously there's not really much to report in the condition of my hair at this stage because it is just the next day, but what I can say is that my hair feels really, really good. It doesn't feel dry or anything. I was worried that it might feel dry even by day 2, having not used a leave-in or anything like that and not deep conditioned, but my hair feels great. Like, I am very happy with how it feels for day 2. I feel like it's got way more movement than usual for day 2. You know, it's just moving. It feels really light as well. I feel like it feels really natural. So I am really happy so far because my wash day yesterday was cut in half time-wise and my hair still feels good today. So far so good. If you're trying this challenge and you don't get that same result, especially if you have type 4 hair, especially 4C hair, I would urge you not to give up. Just because, you know, I said that my hair feels great on day 2. This method does work for all hair types. If you look into the challenge, it's all about hair in general. It's not just for 4C people or 3C people. It's for type 1 up to type 4, even for getting hair types. It's just for hair, but it may be easier to start this challenge if your hair is a more manageable texture to begin with. Hey guys, so I just wanted to come here and give a update on how my hair's doing. So it's now Friday and I did my hair on Monday, and as you can see I'm getting a lot more volume, but I still think it looks really defined. There are definitely some defined parts. You can still see a few curls in there. I'm loving how my hair's feeling. It's feeling very light and fluffy and just with a lot of movement and a lot of bounce. It feels so much less weighed down than it would if I'd used oils, for sure, or definitely shea butter. I often use shea butter on my hair and my hair doesn't have this movement. I am really liking how my hair's falling and how it's feeling. It doesn't feel dry at all. I think you can tell it looks pretty moisturized still. It's nice to feel that my hair doesn't have a coating, and you can really tell not using oil that there's no coating. Like, I feel like I'm actually feeling my hair. I'm gonna be wearing my hair out for the weekend, so it's definitely going to become more fluffy than this. Hi guys, so I just wanted to show you how my hair's looking on the final day, which is the day that I'm actually going to wash it. So it's now Monday again. So I should have really showed you my hair yesterday, because yesterday was the last day I actually wore it out and it actually looked a lot better than it does today. This is definitely the day that I needed to redo it and wash it and everything. The way it feels is not really much different to how it felt on Friday when I did my last update. It's starting to feel a bit dry now. Definitely needs some more moisture, but it's not overly dry, definitely not overly dry. It's felt drier. Still haven't added anything to it. I haven't added anything to it all week. I've been sleeping with a satin bonnet and 3 scrunchies, so I've been doing 2 scrunchies like that and then 1 at the back, and that's just kept it stretched and preserved for the week, really. So yeah, that's basically the end of the first week. It's gone pretty much the best it could possibly go. We'll see how we go next week, but that is the end of this video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in my next video, which may be another update in this challenge, or it may be something else, I'm not sure yet, but you'll see.